year.
Yes, they've been building over the last couple of years, particularly the latter half of last year, Bruce. There's a lot of expectation on this team. They're an exciting team. They play a very good brand of football. Today, though, they meet Sydney without one of their key defenders, their big body defenders in James Frawley. Added pressure to Garland, who becomes their key backman. Their midfield-wise, they're without Scully too, one of their better performed youngsters last year, but they've got some good big body midfielders in there, and their forward line is just dripping with talent, although they probably need a little bit more size in that part of the ground. Talking about size, that bloke on screen now, he's become one of the big men of the competition, all Australian last year. That clash today with Mumford will be one of the clashes of this game. Talking about talent, though, Liam Jarrett possesses a lot of talent. Richo, what do you think of him and the way he's developing?
Well, you're right, Tim. He's certainly got a lot of talent. He's one of those rare players, like a Gary Ablett, that every time he goes near the ball, the anticipation in the crowd lifts. He can do everything. Mark of the year. He's a sublime kick. He's an absolute crowd pleaser. Even the Sydney fans probably get a little bit happy when he goes near the ball. And he's got something for you today, Dennis. A brand new hairstyle. That just proves he loves to please the crowd.
I knew that was my cue. Thank you, Richo. Yes, exciting player. We're looking forward to seeing him this afternoon. Of course, John Longmire has spent a decade waiting in the wings. Today, he's the main man for the Sydney Swans, his first official game as their coach. And two new faces. Andreas Everett makes his debut for the Swans after 36 games at the Western Bulldogs. And Byron Sumner, the first gamer, he hails from Woodville, West Torrens in South Australia. There you can see Sydney. Interesting, they've got the two big guys, both of them amply qualified. There's Mark Seaby, a premiership player, hailed from West Perth, played in the premiership team, of course, with the West Coast Eagles. He will start as the sub today, so the Swans deciding to start Shane Mumford, who was a star last season. And there's the man I was talking about, John Longmire. He's coaching this afternoon, game one. At the moment, no grey hairs. So, Sunday football at the MCG coming right up. It's Melbourne against Sydney. And the rucks go out at Jamar on the way down, flicked it down, falling to the ground. Kennedy, what a fine season he had last year. Ditto for Jack. He kicks it out towards the wing. Mark is taken by Jones. In the shadows, dance out of the shadows. Beautiful kick, a centering one. Well played by Smith. Got a fist on it, knocked it away from Marriage. Goes on and applies a tackle. In there is Smith, got boot to ball down towards half forward. Sumner goes after the footy. Was that in the back? No. Jamar, McDonald, now Green, breaking his bail. He can get this and run. Dunn needs to go back towards the square. Bale goes to the pocket. Dunn on the lead. Jarrah's there as well. Off hands and out of bounds.
Amazing.
Bartram emerges with a football. Touched off the boot. It wanders up towards the wing. Smith is a clever player. Did well there. Grundy. Now Everett. Sends it out wide. Metres in the clear. McVeigh. Now he's a long kick. He's about 65 metres out.
Great kick.
No length required there. It was all about precision.
Afternoon.
McGlynn, like Kennedy, an ex-Hawk, and he comes and kicks the goal. Missed a bit of football last year, but he was very good.
O'Keefe, not quite.
Trengard goes to ground. Reid over the football. Getting in solidly was the skipper Green. The hand pass not effective though.
Oh, here we go again.
O'Keefe, the long ball down towards right half forward. This time McGlynn's away. Goods is on. And he's in the same position almost that McGlynn took the mark. Didn't take the mark. Knocks it to his own advantage. Goes in and gets the goal. Something's happening at right half forward. And Melbourne are very unaware of it. Not really the best spot for it. Chopped off by Jarrett. Did well to snare that ball. Hand passes to Dunn. Oh! And Dunn, well done, snaps a goal.
It's lovely to be there, Den. McVeigh's kick, oh, good grab. Reid.
And they've got high hopes for him.
His brother was a revelation last year, wasn't he? Ben Reid going back. And that's a good kick. Swans doing well here. 3 goals to 1.
Falls behind, Jamar hooked down. Jetta, one on either side this afternoon. Grundy, back Jetta. Now breaking towards that Bermuda Triangle for Melbourne is O'Keefe. He wants it out in front, but Jetta enjoying himself. Whistling in his hair. Jetta from the wing. Well, it wasn't a good kick on the end of it. He just put it up to a contest, but Reid will make it okay. Slips it away to Goods. Goods is tackled. Hand passes forward with the outside of the boot. Everett. What's he done? He's kicked a goal.
Go. Jamar's kick to the forward 50. A good pick-up by Martin. Handball down low. High tackle, Sylvia. So Sylvia Does he attack the goal? He does. It's a good-looking kick. It's home. He's a talent, is he? I was going to say special. I just want to hang on to that for a little while. It's too early.
Defended by Melbourne, but they were helped by Sydney. Coming away, the ball driven up towards the wing by Tapscott. On the ground there was Jamar, did brilliantly. Tapscott runs on, gathers the football and drives it towards half forward. Going back is Dunn. Dunn hurriedly onto the boot. Now here's a chance for the D's. Bounces obligingly for Marriage, goes to Green, gets the goal. Terrific. It started with Trengove at half back and ends in a goal.
It's away.
Looks to the outer side. Well-weighted kick into the path of Everett. Right on the defensive 50. Jabs it short of the wing. Goods on the lead, takes the mark. Plenty of voice here for the Swans this afternoon. Round as you'd expect. A sea of red beyond the fence. Doesn't tell you a lot though. Big jump there from Jamar. In the back surely to McGlynn. He'll get the free kick. Rivers, another North Adelaide boy, who's talking about their first game out in Sumner. Rivers has been a good servant of the Melbourne Football Club. Until now, he gives away 50. Against what happens next. Kick is good from McGlynn. He puts it through. He's got his second goal. Tapscott again, kicking in, kicked it to himself and drives it up towards midfield. Kennedy did brilliantly. Matner, oh, well played by Jack. And Goods left in space. He didn't run that time. In he comes, 49 metres out. Slow drifting kick is good.
Maloney was touched off the boot, so there's a waste. Grundy has to fetch it. Watts, he paddles back to Smith. Gang tackle taken. Marrick normally pretty clever here. Jarrah! Been waiting to say that for 6 months. Up. Kick from about 48 metres. It's sweet. Oh, he's a beautiful footballer. And back inside, that's a good handball to Bolton. And Bolton, he had Shaw out of the corner of the eye, but he couldn't quite do it. And then Davies kicks a beauty, and Green's within range. He will go short though. Dean. Good kick. It's a goal. Melbourne coming back here. Back within 8 points. Good game of football.
Melbourne keeping 4 forwards back here.
So White does well this time against Jamar. Bolton. Quick kick by Shaw was clever. And then White getting back onto it. Gee. Oh. It's a big goal. Yeah. So first 5 minutes of the third quarter's often a little lull, isn't it, though? Rivers now makes the heartbeat a lot faster because he kicked into the man on the mark. That man being White now. McVeigh off one step. Oh, good kick. And Melbourne are going to be hurt here. Good kick. Sydney get an important goal at the start of the second half. They need a goal or two out of him. They need a big second half here. A lot resting on round one. The kick, Mumford, well done. Tim talked about his improved effort late in that second quarter, and it was certainly noticeable.
A good mark, given the quality of the opposition. They bring it away again. Matner to the outer side. This will be interesting. Jetta fancies his chances. Runs the boundary line and kicks down towards the 50. And the mark is taken by White. Over-committed, falling was Rivers. Now he's got a problem. White can set a goal. Runs in, lacking support. Eventually flips it over the top. Well done. He drew them and then gave it off.
Oh. Bevan, Green, they need something to happen, Melbourne. Jetta's handball, a bit sloppy. Maloney, oh, did well. Thought his way through it, and then off one step. That's a good kick. Oh, that is so good. He got a goal from nothing.
Once they get the ball in, they lock it in. They're getting a lot more chances. Melbourne, it goes in and comes straight back out at this stage.
Beautiful pass from Kennedy onto the chest of Reid. Reid looks inside the forward 50. Well, not bad. The Reid boys. There goes the kick from McGlynn, and he puts it right through. He's been dangerous. He's got 3. He didn't come with enough conviction, McVeigh. I doubt, though, he was going to change things too much, but that's a terrible kick from Sylvia. Bounces off the chest of Jetta, comes to Jetta. Work that out. Opportunity for Jones, runs inside the 50. They desperately need a goal, and Jones delivers. In a foot race with Sumner. Sumner arrives now, but Bennell burns him off. Sumner in the vapor trail. Bennell lines up goal and kicks it.
Last quarter for them to win the game. If they have big last quarters, you'd think that Sydney would win.
Final term, MCG on a Sunday afternoon. Sunny day, terrific game of football. Jamar down to Maloney. Sydney lead it by 14 points. The high ball interference there. Free kick will go to the sub. Headed on the ground, slips, goes looking for Dunn. Dunn works his way in front and takes the mark. So headed with his second kick of the term. And what about the theatre of this sub, Bruce? He came away from the group, did Ricky Pettit.
That's it,
and then
right
took,
on it.
in a defiant act almost, that bib off. What we've got to do, I think, Tim, is get the telephone booth in club colours, take it out to the huddle
20 seconds.
and win that psychological war.
Take your glasses off and get your cape on, eh?
Done. 1 goal for so far. This would be a terrific start for them.
Starts walking, he's fine.
Got their first goal. We're right behind him. Done. It's working its way back. Melbourne get the first goal of the final term. Now it's on in earnest.
And then controls the kick wide. McGlynn's fast. Tapscott's got to be careful here. McGlynn, good kick inside. Jack so good in that third quarter. Running hard. Delivering to Bolton. Yes! Jude's got tricks we didn't know he had. In his career. Good time to do it.
I think that's McGlynn in there.
Dived on it. Melbourne free kick. Dived on it. Ben McGlynn.
Oh, wow.
You dived on it. Play on.
Sometimes his strength can be a weakness, I guess. Jarrah! Now back in. In he comes. He's learned by his mistakes. Good footballers do, and he puts it through.
Well done by Jack, but only as far as Bale. Tapscott really liked his game. Bang he goes. Jamar, not quite. Green kicks the goal. The captain puts them in front.
That had to come, really, because all the Sydney players were inside the defensive 50, and they weren't pinpointing the ball. They were just booting it out, and Melbourne had about 6
Maloney
waiting
again.
across the ground. Going back, Sydney in numbers there. Eventually it finishes up with Grundy, a little chip to the wing, setting Shaw a task, and he was equal to it. Brilliantly played, knocked it on to Bolton. Bolton down towards the pocket looking for Seavey. Fished it away down there by Rivers. Well played initially by Rowan across half-back. He won the first ball and set it up.
Tapscott has got Shaw in the soft part too. He's coming straight off the ground, Bruce Shaw. Completely opened on that occasion. It was good, smart play.
So Hanbury down low. Sylvia, the initial tackler. So the Demons have not been in the 8 since 2006. If they win tonight, they're there for the first time in a long, long stretch. We know they haven't been 1-0 since 05, and neither have Sydney. Trengove couldn't quite. Well done by the Swans. O'Keefe hacks it forward. Goods in the centre. Belted away. McVeigh's clever. He just couldn't get a handle on it.
I've got to say, you're assuming a fair bit, Bruce. You and I are the masters of the draw.
We were good at that. And then it'd just be alphabetical order, so we'd put him in front of S.
A boundary throw in. Jamar tried to flick it behind. He was beaten there by Mumford. The kick comes from Hanbury towards the kick-off line. Getting back as Rivers tackled by CB Jard out of there. Kennedy got boot the ball right on the goal line. Rushed across by Jarrah. Oh, how about that? A point the difference. So
They've pushed all their numbers up now, Dennis. All the Sydney players are in their half. So for somebody, Davey is made for these situations, though. He's a beautiful, penetrating kick. Here we go.
short. Jones has got it. Not much movement up ahead. Green is probably the man you want to go to here, although he won't be involved here. Everett missed it, should have marked it. Knocked away by Jamar, gathered by O'Keefe, kicks it down towards the pocket. Goods trying to help it on its way, and it goes out of bounds.
They push up again, Sydney, so the full ground press is on here. It'll be difficult for Melbourne to clear this.
Still a couple of minutes to go, obviously. Sydney pressing. Hanbury looking for the free. Jones so tight. Garland's been good. He did well to keep that in, actually, because he was on the wrong side. Green courageously. Everett in there, and Matner, and the ball up. Oh, how tense is this? It's not quite the last Saturday in September, but it's starting to feel a little bit.
What about this as your first game for premiership points?
Well, we saw Chris Scott, didn't we, Friday night?
He looks like he's staying at a bus stop.
Chris Scott had a 1-point win, didn't he, in his opener Friday night?
Yeah.
The horse has to wait. McVeigh looked for a free. Well done, Davey.
A hand in there just in the nick of time, Aaron Davies. So a boundary throw in. A minute 40 remaining. Melbourne by a point. And this throw in right on the 50. Jamar has done a power of work. Mumford against him. It's exposed at the back. Ball lands to the side though. O'Keefe. High ball down towards full forward. Big leap at the back from CB Grimes. Looking for the boundary line. He knows the score. It's out of bounds. A minute 28 to go. Clock stops. 84-83. Sydney have led for just about all day. Throw it in again. Jamar and Mumford. Mumford leads in the race. Chance for Bolton. Threw himself at the football. Falling to the ground. Maloney. Close to the goal line. Kennedy tried to wrestle it free. Bolton tackled and slung. Jumping in the air. Jack is taken to ground. Ball came back to him. An involuntary action will have a ball up. 5 metres out. Sydney didn't want to force a score. They want to win it off their own boot. So a bounce. Look at the numbers around the football. What a finish. Saw a thriller here on Friday night. What with the angle towards the boundary line. And it's across the line. We'll have a throw in. So a minute and 5 to go. Wait again as Sydney try and make a goal from this boundary throw in. Jamar will no doubt knock it down in front. Goods knew that. Arrived quickly, met solidly. And the ball is locked in. So under a minute to go, Bruce.
Well, this is set up now for Goods or somebody to come in over the top of the ruckman.
To see of humanity there, isn't it? Jamar over the top. O'Keefe! It's all square.
Bruce, I told you.
Well, round one, the last time there was a draw was in 1982, and I think Fitzroy were involved.
Well, listen to you. You've changed your church.
I'm with you. Grimes is one last big play for somebody.
Now, Sydney have to work up the ground. They've got to get back quickly here.
The boundary line is everybody's friend at the moment. Jones back inside. Who dares wins. The ball comes to Sylvia against the flow. He's got Swans around him everywhere. Jack, can Sydney force it forward? It's about where it was on that last Saturday in September. Free kick, one last run. Can Bartram move it quickly enough? They can transition the footy, we know that. Out wide. Jetta's been cramped in this last quarter. The clock's the enemy. The clock's going to beat them. We've got a draw again at the G. You picked it, Dennis.
It's just what we've done, Bruce. What a great game of footy, eh? The super sub. His influence pronounced early in this term.